All right, I am here with Thabang Ramagole for a first time on an interview with SA Boxing Talk. Thabang, how are you feeling ahead of the fight?
Morning, Nathan. Hi to all the viewers. I'm very much glad about this fight. Haven't been in the ring for 2 years, so it's time I redeem myself and show the guys I'm still here.
I want to go back just to the last event that you're on because you got an opportunity now to fight on this one. When you came to the scale, you weighed in and your opponent didn't pitch up. What was going through your mind?
I was discouraged, but now thinking of the health of the other boxer, I had to understand and be a boxer because this is the sport. It's not one-sided, so I understood his stories and excuses, so I'm okay.
Is that still a fight you want in the future?
It depends what it brings for me on the table, but I would like to fight Jerry Krill, honestly.
All right, and you got his teammate now, Frank Sotomela. They train in the hot box gym together, even though they've got different trainers. They're still in the same gym. What do you make of Frank?
Sorry, but who is Frank? Honestly, I don't know Frank. They said Frank. I tried searching Frank. There's nothing about Frank, so I don't know Frank, but I'm here to box Frank. I'll box him. I'll school him, actually.
He said that coming into the fight that you wouldn't recognize him, but do you see any potential dangers coming from him?
Honestly, not that I don't recognize him. I recognize every boxer because they go through preparations. They do whatever they have to do to win the fight. So I do recognize him as a boxer, but I don't recognize him as a guy who beat me.
8 rounds. Does that favor you or him?
Well, in the sports, it's not about favoring who. It's all about fitness. If he's trained enough, he'll take 8 rounds. But if he's not trained, he won't take 8 rounds. And if he's got the chin, he'll take punches. If he hasn't, then he won't take punches.
Did you watch his last fight against Anelo Kunene, where he got his first career stoppage?
I saw that fight, and if my mind serves me well, my coach was on the opponent's side, so my coach was there. So only now he remembers who he fights, and he's like, oh, Frank Sotomela. It's going to be a nice fight, but it is a win for me, definitely. It is a win for me, no doubts.
You come obviously with a good reputation in the boxing ring, as you mentioned, but you haven't been in the ring in 2 years, so you sort of have to remind the fans of who you are. Are you looking to make a statement in this fight?
Well, in boxing, it's not about making statements. I'm here to win, I'm here to fight, and prove myself I still got it. If it doesn't go my way, then it is what it is, the sport of boxing.
I know that you must have one eye on the SA title as well, so when this fight, start calling out the champion. Is that in your mind, or are you going in a different direction?
Honestly, it's been in my mind before I was kicked out of ratings because I've been number 2 for the past 2 years. I didn't drop down, I was actually out of ratings. Only the BSA committee on rankings can tell me what's happening on there, but after all, I'll box my way up and I'll get there.
All right.
When I get the chance, I'll grab it. Definitely sure.
And there was another interview I did a couple of days ago with Alan Sawel, and he said that Pangile Nyangane is also in the conversation, and he would like to fight the winner of you and Sotomela. What's your thoughts on that?
Bangile has been calling out me on Facebook. But now, for me, with Frank, there's something. He's number 7 or 8 on rankings. With Bangile, he's nowhere to be found. He's mini fly, so he can fight his way up, and then I'll face him there.
Right.
But if he had to fight him tomorrow, I'll wake up and fight him, no problem.
So your focus is on the SA title then. I just take it that this is just going to be sort of an eliminator in your mind for the SA title.
To be honest, my focus now is on Frank Sotomela. I'm a boxer, I'm focused on what's on my way. He's on my way, I'll fight him. Then after him, I can focus on the SA or the next project.
We've seen this before with the young, hungry fighters. You can always expect like a really tough battle, and he's going to be highly motivated. He also wants to win the SA title, and that's his goal. So you both got very similar objectives. What do you do differently that he doesn't?
What I do differently is like I said, I don't know Frank, but definitely sure, watching from the interview and what he says, he's a baby Mike Tyson, he's a fighter, I'm a boxer. So I'm here to box, but if he brings the fight, I'll fight.
So are you willing to mix it up with him now? I mean, in the ring, because you got quite an array of skill set. He's also, as you mentioned, like a Mike Tyson, he's going to get in there, he's going to want to brawl. Do you have what it takes to do both?
What I don't know about him is that can he take what he brings on the table? He says that maybe he's a good puncher, he'll throw him out, but can he take it? Now that's the question of the night. Can he take it? We'll see on the fight night if he can take it.
You are very confident as well that you are going to beat DJ Krill. That confidence obviously will spill over to this fight. What makes you so confident now? Do you know, being 2 years out of the ring, and is there something that you worked on in that time that makes you feel like you got this?
Okay, with Frank, he's been active. That can get me on my toes, but because I've been sparring, I've been training for the past 2 years, I wasn't flat-footed, so I'm not actually worried.
Yeah. The timing of the tournament, May the 5th, with Boxing 5 Promotions. Here we're in the venue right now. You got a taste of the atmosphere at the last event when you were sitting here instead of fighting. Coming into this event, do you think that helped you?
Honestly, I grew up in this hall. I've been fighting in this hall, so it's nothing new for me. Okay, maybe the crowd is different, but I've been here, there's nothing new. With boxing, you can take me anywhere to fight. Honestly, atmosphere doesn't really shake me, but can take me anywhere. I'm a boxer, I'll box anyway.
The fact that Jackson Chauke went the RBO route, he's no longer the SA champion, I'm sure you would have loved to have had that fight again and shared the ring with him. But the fact that it's now Sibisi and it's not him, does that change anything for you?
Hey, with Chauke, when you talk about Chauke, you bring some old wounds, because I was winning that fight. He knows true, but he came out being a good boxer. He won at the end of the day. And with him being out, I think that gives me a chance to take my belongings now, because he had them. After him, honestly, I don't see these champs. Well, they are champs, but I don't see them as champs like Chauke.
I mentioned before, you're the most experienced amongst all the guys that we're talking about. Maybe Nyangane comes close to that, but he's not yet rated as a flyweight. Do you think that gives you an edge over your opponents? Do you know the fact that you've had that experience, plus your extended amateur background?
Honestly, it does. The only difference might be that age is now catching up with me. You know, the older I get, well, I do mature like wine, but the older it gets, not like the first time I'm young. You know, when I was young, I was on fire. I know that.
Yeah.
With me being out for 2 years, we'll just see on the 5th what does it have for me.
When you're coming up, when you're younger, you had a big reputation. I know now you're at the different phase of your career, as you mentioned. You're getting older. It's been 2 years since you've been in the ring. How are you going to judge yourself now? Are you going to judge yourself on the Thabang of the past? Is there like a new version? Because we saw with like Floyd Mayweather, for example, he was pretty boy, he was flashy, and then he sort of calmed down when he became Money May and went super ultra defensive and honed his skills. Are we going to see a similar type with your career?
Honestly, it's going to be a similar thing. It's a different, because I've been fighting with my coach in the gym. Don't stick to the old, stick to the old. And honestly, as time goes, I've changed from being the old. So they've been preparing for the old Thabang. They know the pretty boy, the sting and butterfly in there. Now you're here to fight. I'm going to stand. We're going to fight toe to toe. He says he's a puncher, so you'll have to see if he can take it. We'll fight.
I was about to say, because of the time out, I mean, a lot of things could have changed. It's very difficult to study an opponent that's been working on things in the background. Do you plan on, now just the thing, do you plan on bringing something new to the ring?
I can't say I plan on bringing something new, but I plan on bringing my name up way to the top. That's my whole plan.
And then to be active again, because obviously it's been difficult to procure fights. Or did you take a strategic break? What was it?
It wasn't a break as such. Promoters were nowhere to be found giving us fights. I wish BSA could step in and say, Kai, this guy's number 2. Why doesn't he fight? Where are the fights? Because I've been number 2, but there's no promoters. Or there are promoters, but there's no fights. And with this guys, if you don't have a promoter, it's hard. It's honestly hard to get a fight.
So what were you doing in the time? Were you trying actively to get fights? How was it going for you in the build-up to this particular fight?
For the past 2 years, I've been training, knocking in every door. There were no fights. But ever since last year, when I was promised a fight, I went to the gym. I've been training, I've trained. I had to fight Sotwani. He didn't pitch up in weighing. But I never stopped training. I carried on trained ever since I've been training. So I've been back to gym.
Yeah, so the last one wouldn't have helped at all when your opponent didn't pitch. Due to health complications and whatnot.
It wasn't the first time, so I wasn't really discouraged. I just said, it's boxing.
100%. Thabang, could you give Frank Sotomela a message before you step in the ring with him?
Well, to be honest, I can't give him a message. He'll get a message on the 5th. That's the only time I'll be sending a message. I hope he's ready. I hope his trainer have been training him well and he's well equipped. He must bring every weapon he's got in his bag for that night.
Well, I can't wait for this fight. I've also earmarked it as a potential fight of the night. There's that additional title for fight of the night bonus. I don't know if you're taking note of that, and also the cash bonus as well. Have you had a look at that?
I've been seeing that in this fight, but if we get it, it's a bonus for us. My main focus is Frank Sotomela and the win. That's the main focus. Then the fight of the night and belt, that's a bonus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, catch all the action on May the 5th on Boxing 5 Promotions and also on Vision View as well. Thabang, just lastly, do you have any thank yous, any shout-outs?
Thank you to everyone supporting this fight, and thank you to the promoters, and shout out to you, Heron, for taking us serious. We are noticed, and you're making time for us, and you're trying to push us bigger, and we thank you for that. Shout out to you, Heron.